Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today, I have something to talk to you about that is pretty serious and uncomfortable and awkward and sad and maddening and a whole lot of things. And I've got some really mixed emotions going on. I debated filming this video so many times, and I've come home and I've sat down to film it and I just couldn't do it. There are a lot of reasons why I'm filming this video, and there are a lot of reasons why I don't want to film this video. But I think it's going to be a little bit therapeutic for me to do it, and I also want to be really honest with you guys. And I kind of want to send a message, so this video has a point. I promise it has a point. So a lot of you guys know that I was in therapy, seeing a therapist, for my anxiety. I'm a pretty naturally anxious person. It's why I talk so fast, and a lot of you guys write comments that are like, will you stop talking so fast? It's just who I am, so if you don't like it, I'm sorry. But that's just how I am. So, but I'm naturally anxious a little bit, and I've had a lot of death in the last couple years of my life, and I've just needed to kind of work through some things. And so I was seeing a therapist for anxiety, and I did a whole video on why I love therapy and coping mechanisms and on anxiety and things like that. And I will link that video below for you guys so you can check it out. But I recently, the therapist that I was seeing, the relationship started to get a little bit weird. I was seeing a woman, not a man, a woman. And we were very close, kind of like friends. And she started to tell me a lot about her life, which I don't have any experience with therapy, so I don't know what the norm is and what's not the norm. And I don't come from like that background. I literally have never known anything about therapy. This is the first person that I've ever seen on a consistent basis. And I had been seeing her for like 3 months. And the last, 2 months ago, it started getting a little bit weird. And I see her like every Wednesday for an hour. And I started learning a lot about her life. And she spent a lot of time talking about her life. And I thought that was kind of weird because we weren't working as much on my anxiety as we were in the beginning. And I didn't feel like I was getting quite as much out of it. And a couple of different times I didn't really want to go, which is kind of weird because you should be able to go see your therapist. And I always felt good when I went. But she was opening her own business. And she's telling me all about this. She's opening her own business, wanting to do actually what I do for mental health. And this person, besides Tim, knows more about me than anybody else in my life. More than my parents. I have shared everything with this woman. Everything about my business, about what I do. About YouTube, about 3S Fitness, about my personal life, about my childhood, about my family. And she, in the middle of seeing her, is starting to talk about this business that she's opening. And starts to tell me more about her life. This is so hard for me to talk about. It makes me feel sick. And basically the hours started to be a lot about her and what she was doing and what I was doing, and kind of how my business operates and what my business model is and things like that. And it was all okay. I felt okay, but it started to get weird because it started to be like her monopolizing the sessions and talking only about her, and I wasn't really, I didn't really feel like I was getting anything out of it anymore. And so I kind of had teetered on the edge of canceling, but it's hard to explain the relationship that I had with this person. We were really close, really good friends. And, it definitely comes from sharing that much with somebody. But she shared a lot with me about her life, stuff I didn't ask her about. She just shared. And I felt close to her because she knew so much about me. And it's really hard to tell somebody that without feeling that kind of connection where you really trust them and when they're a confidant and you plan to stick with them for a long time. And basically, in one of my sessions with her about a month ago, the session opened with her talking about her business again and what she's going to do with it. And essentially saying that she wanted to use my business model for her business, but for mental health. and proceeded to ask me a lot of inappropriate questions about payment, about like accepting payment, emailing, social media, marketing. She was asking me to do a business consultation with her, essentially, is what happened. For an hour. And, oh my God. I was sitting there and I was so uncomfortable. And she, like, I felt like it was so obvious that I was uncomfortable. I was being really short with her, wasn't really answering her questions or answering them well. And she wasn't getting it, and she kept prying about, like, would this be too much to charge? Would this be good? Would that be good? What about this? And I was just like, I don't know. I mean, you'll figure it out. And things like that. And then I was so uncomfortable. I sat in a physically uncomfortable position to try to communicate how uncomfortable that I was. And she still didn't get it. And when I left, I was really upset. And I talked to one of my really close friends. And I was just really upset, like really sad, because I felt really violated. I felt really taken advantage of. And what I do, 3S Fitness, is my life. I love what I do more than anything in the world. I can't explain my passion for this. And the fact that she wanted to duplicate everything I've created and attempt to take what I've done and transition it to another industry hurt me so deeply. Like, it's so hard to explain how upset I was that day. Just take a minute here. This person was somebody that I trusted maybe more than I've ever trusted anybody. And I felt so used. And I knew I had to end the relationship, and that to me was like one of the hardest things that I've done. She was like, this hour every week was so important to me. And she like totally ruined it. I just cried. Like all night I cried. It's such a weird kind of loss. If you've ever experienced this with a therapist or somebody who, you know, I mean, your husband, you know, that's what it felt like to me. It's somebody that literally knew as much about me as Tim knows, and sometimes even more, although Tim knows everything I've told her. But I have never felt so completely devastated over, like, something that somebody's done to me. It's not like a death. And it has been something that I have been struggling with every single day. I ended this relationship over a month ago. And the reason that I'm making this video is because I feel like if I say it out loud, I'll be able to move on. And I let you guys into my life every single day. And I'm really bad at keeping secrets. So if you ever have a secret, don't tell me. Really don't tell. I'm so bad at keeping secrets. Because they make me anxious. And I shared so much about therapy with you in the past. And I just I haven't felt like a liar, or a fraud or anything like that. I just have felt like to process all of this, like I needed to tell someone that's not Tim. And I don't know. My mom knows and whatnot. And don't ask me for her name or information because I have no interest in having her lose her license. But it was, yeah, I just like, I know this is a long story and I don't even know if you're still watching, props, because I feel bad. I'm just like, I'm literally just sitting here talking. The shock. It was just like, I kind of felt it coming. Like maybe I needed to tell her to not divulge information about her family and not ask questions. But I never thought that it would have come to this, like, at all. Anyway. Listen, there's a silver lining to everything, right? I believe in a happy ending. Right when this happened, the very first week that I didn't meet with her, my parents came in town to visit for a week, and it was awesome, and I kept my mind off of it, and it was great. And that weekend, we randomly found out about this thing in Minneapolis called the Basilica Block Party, which is a huge live concert, tons of different stages and whatever, and you buy tickets to it. And my dad, we got tickets last minute because we were at the Twins game, and we were gonna, Rachel Platten was performing, who is, Fight Song is the 3S anthem. She is my favorite. That song is one of my favorite songs of all time. And we were gonna miss it, and somehow she was supposed to already be off stage by the time we got there. And we made it literally in time to see her last song, which of course was Fight Song. And I just stood there, and I cried. I totally cried. I filmed it, and you're going to see it in a second. I totally cried, and I was just, like, so happy. And here's the thing. I have been dealing with this internally for a while and trying to figure out how to process it and how to make sense of all of it. And everything in life doesn't make sense, and everything in life doesn't have a solution. But sometimes you just have to let go, and you just have to move on. And Fight Song is my favorite for a reason. I think it has such an amazing message that no matter what happens, you've still got fight left in you. So no matter what is going on in your life, this doesn't have to be related to anything that I just talked about. It can literally be anything. If you're going through a divorce, if somebody in your family just passed away, if you're dealing with your own issues, whatever it might be, you still have fight left in you. And take back your life. Don't let a feeling like anxiety, like sadness, like depression, like helplessness run your life. Take it back. Fight for it. Fight every day for it. Go to therapy for it. Do whatever you need to do. This isn't me saying therapy's bad. I'm taking a break because of the pain that I have from it, and I just need to heal a little bit more, but I absolutely have so much fight left in me, and I would never give up, and I will never give up. And I just want to encourage you that no matter what's happening in your life, you're not alone. So many people are with you, are fighting with you, are not literally, but, you know, fighting their own causes, and are rooting for you too. And just keep going, keep pushing forward, keep moving forward, keep letting every day be better and better than it was the day before. Live your life with fury, and it's okay if you're dealing with things and if you have issues that you're trying to work through. Everybody does. Everybody does. And nobody's perfect, and nobody lives a perfect life. That's ridiculous. But don't let it be your life. Work every day to get a little bit stronger, to be a little bit braver, to grow a little bit more. Use it as an opportunity to propel you forward, not set you back. So I encourage you guys to talk to somebody if you have something going on in your life. I will go back to therapy. It still stings a little bit right now to think about it, so it won't be anytime soon. But I absolutely believe in it. I think that this is a very weird case. I don't think therapists are generally like this. And I still encourage you, like I said in my first video, to see somebody, talk to your husband, talk to your sister, talk to your mom, talk to your dad. If you have something going on, don't have to keep it to yourself. Make a YouTube video about it, or reach out to me. I'm here for all of you guys. So that's really it for this video. I know it was like weird and kind of a downer video, but I hope it had a positive message in the end. I'm okay. I'll survive. You'll survive. We're all going to be okay. Just keep working through it and keep getting better every day. That's what you can do for yourself and all you can ask of yourself. So stay strong, you guys. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for watching. I hate to say give this video a thumbs up, but if you liked it, give it a thumbs up and share it with your family and friends, you guys. Have an awesome day, and I will see you next time. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Sunny waves and emotion.